Hi everybody, it's Ann Patchett and Sparky Van Devender at Parnassus Books. Have you ever gotten a haircut that makes you look 10 years younger and 10 pounds lighter? No, me neither. But Sparky got one and now he's just a little puppy again. Isn't that nice? You look so good. Okay, on to book news. Next Tuesday, Sorrow and Bliss, my pal Meg Mason is coming from Australia to visit me. It's a social visit. It is not a book visit. But this will be the only time that she comes to an American bookstore to talk about Sorrow and Bliss. But we aren't going to just be talking about Sorrow and Bliss. It's going to be one of those Ann Patchett talks with her friends kinds of conversations. We're going to talk about all sorts of writing, and it's going to be great. Meg is the funniest person in the world, and as you know, this is just my all-time favorite book. Are you just resting? Okay, I'm going to talk to you today about signed books and why it's so important to pre-order. Because say you wanted a copy signed of Covenant of Water by Abraham Verghese, this was the most amazing event, and you can't get one because even though we got a lot of signed extra books, they sold out immediately. So all you have to do is pre-order them and you can get them. All right. So I'm going to tell you about what we have. We have a few, by which I mean like 5 signed copies of Tom Hanks. You can't order this online. You'd have to just get in your car and come over here today and get this. We have signed copies of the most beautiful book that has come out in the last decade, The Eyes and the Impossible by Dave Eggers. It has a wooden cover. It has beautiful illustrations. It is for all ages. This is like a life keepsake. Come and get one of these. We have the winner of the Carol Shields Prize, $150,000, When We Were Sisters by Fatima Ashgar, signed. We have the winner of the Giller Prize, and that is like the Canadian Pulitzer, The Sleeping Car Porter by Suzette Mayer. And we have signed copies of Simon Winchester, Knowing What We Know. This is what Carl is reading right now. He loves it. Boy, Simon Winchester was fantastic. We have Salvage This World, Michael Ferris Smith, another fantastic event. And we have the New York Times bestseller Jeanette Walls, Hang the Moon, all signed. So you want presents? You need to think ahead. Get these. These are wonderful books. We have plenty. Lindsay, what's new?
Hello, we have some great new books out today. Up first, Where Does She Find the Time? It's Stacey Abrams. She is out with a new political thriller, Rogue Justice. We have just a few signed tip-in copies, so if you want one, they're gonna go fast. A book that I'm excited about, I love Brandon Taylor's short stories. I'm excited for his newest novel, The Late Americans, which follows a group of melancholic millennials in Iowa City as they go about figuring out their lives amidst art and capitalism. Deep conversations, check this one out. If deep conversations aren't your jam and you want something a little more fast-paced, we have Bad Summer People by Emma Rosenblum. This one follows a group of vacationers in Fire Island. They are rich, they are ill-behaved. If that's your jam, it's out today. If you want something a little bit more fantastical, we have Perilous Times by Thomas D. Lee out today. This one follows a knight from King Arthur's time who is immortal, and he has been summoned back to a kind of near future, slightly alternative UK. Hijinks ensue as he tries to fix the world. And for the young writer, young graduate in your life, there's a beautiful new edition of Letters to a Young Poet. Look how gorgeous these pages are. I might buy this for myself because sometimes I need a little bit of reassurance too. And up next we have Elyse.
So Ann was talking about signed copies, and I spoke about Ann Barrest's book, The Postcard. It was just written about in the New York Times, and we just got in a few signed copies. I've already read it, but I'm buying this one, and we have very few in the store. So get online or come in the store first thing and get these. And this is one of my desert island books this year. I loved it. Last night, I want to give a shout out to Celia Bell, who did such a lovely event in conversation with our own fantastic Lindsay Lynch. This is The Disenchantment, and we do have signed copies of this as well. Then tonight, Jeff Fasano. This is Americana Portrait Sessions. And Mary Gaucher wrote the foreword to this. And I believe it was Mary that said, you know, a good photographer creates a good image, and a great photographer captures the essence of someone. And I will tell you that this is such a beautiful book that really captures the essence of all of these amazing musicians. This is tonight, 6:30. It is free. There are some seats left, so go online and register. And then Wednesday, we have Dawn Fong Nguyen, and this is a middle grade book. And it is an 11-year-old girl, Vietnamese girl before the war, and she and her kitten have adventures. And it's a powerful book. This is Meow and Bay, and Rae Ann might talk more about this, but this is Wednesday. And then Thursday, I just want to say, is the Classics Book Club, and they're reading Love in the Time of Cholera by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. So I know I might attend that because I love that book so much. So check out our book clubs. And then on Saturday, we have the Fantastic Bureau of Imagination. And this is Brad and Christy Montague, and they're going to be here at 10:30 on Saturday. And then I just want to give another shout out. Anne mentioned that next Tuesday she's going to be in the store at an event with Meg Mason. There are a few seats left for that. It is free. Get online and register. And then, of course, another event on Thursday with Jonathan Eig about a biography of Martin Luther King in conversation with Dr. Leah Rotha Williams from TSU. So I hope I see you at all these great events. And now here is the great Rae Ann.
Thank you, Elyse. Hi, everybody. I hope that if you have a middle grade lover in your life and you're here in town, you will join us on Wednesday for Dawn Fong Nguyen's new middle grade novel, Mao and Bay. This is, like Elyse said, an 11-year-old girl and her 3-footed cat before the Vietnam War, and how they overcome and find found family. She'll be in conversation with Stephanie Appel, formerly of Parnassus, formerly of Bookpage. Hope you'll check it out. In picture books today, The Digger and the Butterfly, new in the Digger series. This is about some construction equipment who meet a caterpillar and become friends until it turns into a butterfly. In YA, Magic Has No Borders. This is a short story collection about Asian Pacific Islander authors writing about their folklore and culture. And another YA book, If You Still Recognize Me by Cynthia So. This is an LGBTQ rom-com about fandom and someone who is crushing on an ex. One of my favorites, Gary D. Schmidt, has a new middle grade novel today. Maybe you saw my video. If you haven't read this, it's new to you, on the Friday video series about the Wednesday War and OK for Now. Well, he has a new book, The Labors of Hercules Bill. This is about a boy who has a school assignment to complete the 12 labors of Hercules in modern day times. And every time I read another one, I thought, he's not going to be able to complete this. And then comes another one more challenging than the next. This is a great, fun adventure story. It's great for summer reading if you're a middle grade reader. And speaking of summer reading, we have our summer reading section set up in the store. A few of the schools have sent us their list, and if you haven't and you're a teacher or librarian, we welcome you to send those on so people can see them in the store, and we hope you'll come in and pick up a great new book to read. Thanks for listening, and thanks for shopping at Parnassus.